So currently there is a good chunk of NHL teams that do not have a captain right now, but I'm not just making this video about trying to predict who is going to captain the teams that currently do not have one. I'm just going to talk about 5 NHL players who I think will be a captain of an NHL team in the near future. I think all of these players are great leaders and would be very good picks to be the next captain of their respective teams. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting off the video with Mark Stone of the Vegas Golden Knights. The 27-year-old winger played in 77 games last year, obviously some with the Senators and some with the Golden Knights, had 33 goals and 40 assists for 73 points, obviously putting up them, good numbers. He's still one of the best two-way forwards in the entire NHL. He's won a letter multiple times for Team Canada, for the Ottawa Senators. Obviously, he is currently wearing a letter for Team Canada in the World Championships. He had that nice buzzer beater goal last night to give Canada the win over Slovakia. I think he's a fantastic leader who leads by example, especially on the ice. All the effort that he gives in the defensive zone. I think a lot of people on that team will see that and, want to replicate that as well. I think he really just makes this team a lot better, and he is locked up for the future. I believe he's on like an 8-year contract. He's going to be there for a long time, and I think there is no better choice for the captain of this team than Mark Stone. Obviously, the first 2 seasons, a lot of people thought it would be Derek Englund, Nate Schmidt, Jonathan Marchessault, one of those guys, but they decided to go captainless for the first 2 seasons, and now that I think they are heading into the 3rd year and they really have that franchise player moving forward in Mark Stone, I think he would be a fantastic pick to be the next captain of the Vegas Golden Knights. Next up, we have Bo Horvat of the Vancouver Canucks, and since Henrik and Daniel have retired, this team has went captainless, and I definitely think the next captain of the Canucks will be Bo Horvat. And while he isn't the best player on this team, I think that goes to Elias Pettersson or Brock Besser. He definitely is the leader and the heart and soul of this team, in my opinion. He's been one of the longest tenured Canucks, and believe it or not, he is only 24 years old, but that is because he has been around since the 2014 season. This past year, 82 games played, 27 goals, and 34 assists for 61 points. A career year in terms of point production for Bo Horvat, and I definitely think he has the potential to be a guy who could potentially give you 70 to 80 points, especially playing with talented guys like a Brock Besser and, like an Elias Pettersson on the power play. I'm just a big fan of Bo Horvat's game. He's definitely not a liability in the defensive end as well. I think he has the potential to be, a top two-way center in the NHL. He just loves to play. He played for Team Canada at the World Championships last year and was fantastic. He's been there since the start of this rebuild. He's a great two-way player, and I definitely think the next captain of the Vancouver Canucks will and should be Bo Horvat. The next player who I definitely think will be a captain in their future is Mika Zibanejad of the New York Rangers. He's a 26-year-old centerman, had an amazing season, 82 games played, 30 goals, and 44 assists for 74 points. And while this team continues to get better and he continues to play with some more talented guys, I think Mika Zibanejad is definitely a player who could give you a point per game on a consistent basis. He's locked up for the future. I think he leads by example. He was their best player this year, and I think he's probably going to be their best player next year, unless Capo Caco or Jack Hughes comes on and, plays an amazing role in their rookie season. But I could see them going a different way, maybe giving it to a guy like Chris Kreider or Kevin Shattenkirk, or maybe if they sign a big name free agent this summer, maybe they go the route of giving them the captaincy right away. But Mika Zibanejad, in my opinion, is kind of the leader of this rebuild moving forward. He showed this year that he can be a really good number 1 center in the NHL, so I think it would be in the Rangers' best interest if they just show Mika Zibanejad that they have all the confidence in the world in him to really be the leader of this team moving forward, and I think it would be the right move if he is the next captain of the New York Rangers. Next up, we have Dylan Larkin of the Detroit Red Wings, currently my favorite player in the entire NHL, obviously plays for my favorite team, and I think it is pretty much written on the wall that next season he will be the captain of the Detroit Red Wings. I remember watching when he was drafted, and Bob McKenzie made the prediction that Larkin would be a future captain in the NHL, and I think that is turning out to be a pretty fantastic prediction. He's only 22 years old, but he has been on the Detroit Red Wings for 4 complete seasons now, and I think he really is ready to take over full leadership of this team. In my opinion, he was pretty much the leader of the team this past season as well. Had a great year in terms of point production, a career year for him, 76 games played, 32 goals, and 41 assists for 73 points. I think he really showed leadership for a young team this past season. We haven't had a captain since Henrik Zetterberg, and he is locked up for the future, and he also is wearing the assistant captain letter, or the alternate captain letter, for Team USA currently at the World Championships. So I think he really has showed signs that he is ready, even at the young age of 22 to really take over and be the next captain of this storied franchise. And in the NHL these days, you see teams giving young players the captaincy. Obviously, Gabe Landeskog in just his second year and stuff like that. So I definitely think it wouldn't be a move that people would hate. I think it would be a move a lot of people would definitely like, and just show full confidence in Dylan Larkin that he is the future leader of this team, definitely the leader of this rebuild, and I think he has all the capability in the world to be a fantastic captain for this Red Wings team. Now, finishing off the video with Thomas Chabot of the Ottawa Senators. 22-year-old defenseman, but like I said earlier in the video, teams are making captains younger and younger, it seems, every single year. In this past season, he had a phenomenal year, showing that he has all the capability in the world of being a fantastic #1 defenseman for this team moving forward. 70 games played, 14 goals, and 41 assists for 55 points. He did battle a little bit of an injury there, so we weren't really able to see what he could do in a full 82-game schedule, but I think he definitely could have been a 60-point defenseman while still being out there playing against the opposition's top players. He wore letter for Team Canada in the World Juniors, and they haven't had a captain since they traded Erik Karlsson. And Thomas Chabot did have a year with Karlsson. I'm sure he picked up a lot of traits from him, and I think there'd be no better choice to be the next captain of this team than Thomas Chabot. He really is the leader of this team moving forward. I don't really think there's anyone else on the team that they could even give the captaincy to. Maybe Brady Tkachuk, but I think he kind of plays too much of an edgy game to really get to see. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, they could go that route, but in my opinion, I definitely think Thomas Chabot will be the next captain of this Ottawa team, and I think that would be a great pick for them. So that is going to wrap up this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and make sure to let me know down in the comment section who are some players that you think you could potentially see as a captain in the NHL in the near future. And with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel for daily NHL content, and I will see you guys all in the next video.